What's happening? Good morning. I took a couple trades already. I forgot I wasn't even live, honestly. Um, so we took $90 there, same, and then we let's see, 13. We took 110. Yeah, on 13. It's funny. It almost looks like the same trade. Did not copy trade. Wished I had. So this is 13, account 13. We are in a 1 day pass on Apex. I have traded account 13 and account 14 for 4 days, account 15 for 3 days, and account 18 for 2 days. So, and 9 is funded. So on 13, we are up $1,000. Um, I took that little trade this morning, just a minute ago, actually. I made some levels on the 1 hour and the 15 minute and everything. It looks super solid down here at like 77, 69. Something to track, something to think about, and just like to look at to say, oh, cool. Here's a spot, right? So here's why I did it. Tall candle there, 76 ish. I like the front run, so that's 76. And then this one here is 69. So come over here, same, right? 77, 76 area, and then 69. So it looks really good. And also on the 15 minute, it looks really good too. There it is. Boom. And then all the way down to here would be like 34. That's going to be tougher. We got to get through this first. Anyways, 13. So 9 is funded. 13 has the $1,000 with all of its drawn down. Yeah, pretty much all of its drawn. $7. 14 is up 800. I got to work on this one a little bit. I have pretty much all the drawdown, $32. 15 is up 700 with all the drawdown. And then 18 is, these are all evaluation accounts. I have not activated my funded account yet because I want to get some more funded and then activate them at the same time. Then I can trade funded accounts to get the payout. That's my goal, kind of my plan. We'll see how that goes. 18 is up $1,714. It's funny, I've traded it the least 2 days. Today will be day number 3. And it is full of drawdown too, so we're good to go. Good to go, good to go. What account was I on? 14? So 14's up a little bit. I don't think I traded 15 this morning. I didn't. I only took 2 trades, yeah. I think we continue down here, but I want to see this break. I was mad at myself earlier when on this 2 minute, oh my gosh, I was mad. I was like, Ronnie, why didn't you do that? This area right here, when you have this choppy stuff, right? Chop, 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 chop. And it seems like every time we have a solid candle, no wiki stuff here, solid candle, that's the one that says ready, set, go. And it did. And I kicked myself in the butt. I got in kind of late and all this other stuff. Same thing happened yesterday, I believe it was. Let's see, right? Let's try to find it, but it was during hours. Yeah, okay. Okay, here we go. Right there. Oh, I circled it. Cool. Same kind of. It had a little wick, but the point is, wick above, wick, 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 wick. This one closed below all of those with what looks like what I would say with a purpose. Now, that's not always true. Nothing's always 100% true in the market, but to me, that closed with a purpose, and then we dribbled. boom. I mean, that right there was no drawdown. If you took it right here, no drawdown. 45 to, man, geez, that's a lot. Basically, let's just say 800. A little 50-point lick. Boom. I saw it when it happened, and I thought, that's going down. And then it went down, and I was like, come on, Ronnie. What are you doing? What are you doing? Anyway, same kind of deal. Same, right here. Boom. Oh, that is the same. That is the one. I'd like to see that on the upside, to be honest with you. I haven't really paid that much attention to it. That's a downside play for me. I'm assuming, and it's not fair to assume, but I'm assuming the other way would be proper as well. I don't know. Yeah, I would say it is. It's almost hard for my mind to think about. Yeah, okay, so right here. I don't know what time this is, but you got this chop. Actually, you know what? That one did it. Well, the chop hadn't really happened yet. This is the chop. Okay. So we chop. That one closed to me with a purpose. And it cleared. This is some Oliver Velez type stuff, too. If you look at the top of that bar, there's my crosshair, and it actually cleared the top of this bar. Well, that is the top of the bar. The body. See where my line is? It's right underneath there. I'd like to make that line thicker. Would be great, but there's my line. Okay, and there's the top of that candle. And look at the drawdown. What, one tick? One tick in drawdown right there? Oh, I'm sorry, no. 3 ticks. 3 ticks. 3 ticks in drawdown. 31. Oh, wow. What is it, pre-market or something? Oh, this is, yeah, PM. Anyways, the point is still the same. That was after hours. I mean, one could argue this, but I mean, she's no kidding, right? Wow, big giant green bar. Trying to look for more like during hours. So this was the one, but you had this chop. So let's look at the upside. Here's the deal. Here's the chop. Here's the bar that closed with. Here's the bar right here that actually closed above these and cleared. It's not as clean as what I'm talking about to the downside, so we did rotate that at 51.25 to, so that's 6 points. So that's not near as clean, but 6 points on the NQ is, I mean, it's not even a full sneeze for the NQ during hours. So, yeah, I'm not so sure about the upside, but I'm just talking about a downside break, you know. And it's probably on all time frames. I don't really know. I haven't looked much. But like this, you have all this stuff, and this bar close with authority. Below all of this. It's out of a narrow range. That's a Velez play for sure right there. Narrow range. Broke to the downside. Continuation. That's the igniting bar, according to him. That's the igniting bar. Stop would be... Honestly, if you took it into this bar at all, the stop would have been up here, which is kind of big. But one contract, 15 points isn't really that much to really get the swing. So you hold through that, boom, boom. And he would say that you don't take a profit next to a green candle. Profit take this candle. Profit take this candle. Especially after the first really solid color change. So according to him, you may have even added in here, but that's the 800 MA. I have it as a SMA. I love it. It actually holds really well. I know it broke through it there, but look what we did. Bounce, 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 right on the 800. Then we rotated it. And one could say this is this zone, which it is, but also the 800s in here held, broke it, and then we held it right there. I mean, coincidence? Nah, I don't know. Maybe not. I don't know. And again, I'm not trying to teach anybody how to trade either. I'm just sharing what I see. And if that helps anybody, great. If it doesn't, then cool. Do you? I'm not qualified to teach people how to trade. I just want to put that right on out there. But I think everyone is qualified to share what they see and to share, just to share that amongst people and to help them with maybe their journey. If it helps at all, cool. If it doesn't, then throw it away. Get rid of it. But my journey says that I've been trying at this for a while now, a little over a year in the futures market. I know that doesn't seem like a lot, but I started in crypto. So I'm not just super fresh in that. In futures, I guess, yes, I am. But I've already gotten now to the point where, I have an account funded. I have several accounts that I'm hoping to get funded. Yes, I've blown several accounts. Yes. But I'm trying to do things better as I go. Right? I went from loss, break even ish, some losses, some good wins, and here's where we are. Can't imagine this holds, but one thing I've noticed over time is if the MACD is going down, I like the MACD a lot. Some people don't. Some people like RSI. Some people like, nothing, just a naked chart, which I really kind of want to try that, honestly. MACD's going down. Yeah, we went down a little bit here. This is just a pre-market example, so it's not very many points, but in the open market, that could have been 30 points. Anyways, we had this big run up, lots of power, lots of strength, in my opinion, and then we had this go down. This didn't really go down. This didn't go down like that went down. This went up, and that went up. I mean, that went up big, right? This went down pretty big right here, not so big right here. Again, not so big. Still, price is still up. When they crossed over again, look what happened. Wham. That's important. So the same thing kind of happening right here, down. I thought this was going to get down in here, and it probably will at some point, but we were down. We actually went down, so I was like, okay, maybe we will go down right here. So far, not so much, but it crossed up and hitched right there. There was the hitch right there. So that tells me, for me, don't be short right now. Could run all the way down there right this second, but that's what it tells me. We are in a one-day pass, but I don't want to rush the passing. I really want to stick to some consistency. And I was trading 5 contracts. Now I'm trading 1 or 2. And the reason I was trading 5 contracts, now I'm on 1 or 2, is because I was scalping. And I was doing extremely well scalping. Then I started not to do well scalping. And so when you're running 5 contracts and you don't do well scalping, 5 contracts goes very, very fast. So $500 disappears, $700 disappears. Well, you're just going to keep holding that out. Consequently enough, if I had the direction I had were right, it was just a retracement real quick. But like I said, NASDAQ sneezes 10 points. And so I chickened out, got out of my position because my size was too big, I believe. So now we're going to take 1 contract and maybe add into it. as it rotates and goes my direction, because I can stomach the 5 point, 6 point, 8 point drawdown then, no problem. And then maybe add to the position, or if it's a super strong looking position, immediately go 2 contracts. I don't need to hit grand slams every deal. I need to hit base hits. I need to get these incrementally pushed up. If I take a loss, yes, it sets me back, but it doesn't set me back a blown account. That's the important part. That's the important part. So now we are below on the MACD. So if we did cross bearish, it would stand to reason we would continue. But let it tell us what's going on. See, that was a big pullback. Pre-market, that's a pretty good pullback, 5, 6, 7 points. When this whole time we were ranging from 21, 11 points in that whole range. So it's a pretty good pullback. I like the drop here, but we had this 1, 2, 3 with higher lows. Let's see how that reacts. Color change here would make a lot of sense. This is where I would want to see that bar close like solid. Like a solid close with a purpose down here. Below these. From the looks of it, it's about to happen. $15-minute taking its sweet time, the 1 hour. See, this is where the levels are right here for the 1 hour, in my opinion. There's the gap, and there's the level. 76 first, 69, 70 later. I'd like these to turn back over. These are turned like they want to push. These are turned in the wrong direction for me right now. They turn back over would be a whole lot more likely to start shoving into here. In order to do that, though, I'd want to see power to the 200s. This is what I was saying yesterday, remember? When they started getting closer together, wow, look at that. They started getting closer together, like a lot closer together. It seems like price seems to find it. It's actually pretty
Order
solid.
filled.
I'm gonna try it, even though these aren't the right direction just yet. But we are pushing the 5 minute. Looks like a color change. These are pushing a lot closer together, like I was saying yesterday. Something I've noticed, taken notice to. So let's just see how it reacts. Here's news, by the way, 8:30. We have PPI, which is huge, huge news. All right, pushing closer together. I probably should have waited for a bar with a purpose, but that's pretty solid if it does. My hypothesis says that when these get closer together, price likes to run down to it or very close to it. So we could get in here at 96, 97, which lines up with our 1 hour. That's 14 points, though. I mean, that's a big drop. Big drop pre-market, I should say. Without news yet, by the way. Put that little caveat spin on it. I like this play. I liked it earlier. I took it. 15-minute needs not to run straight back up, though. That would be the only cog in the wheel, I believe is how you say it. We just need some continuation right now. Looks like we're it looked like we were trying to get it. That did kind of close with a purpose, but it's still above. I want to see one close below. Like this one. That's the one I was just talking about. If that 5 minute close below with a purpose, which is in 33 seconds, I would really assume some serious follow through that. Though I don't always look at the 5 minutes, so see what we do. Like I said, I think when they get closer together, they start to run. Price starts to run towards it. I'm not saying it's going to smack it on the nose per se, but that's just something I've seen. It looks like it's working. That's awesome. Don't want the run back here. Continuation. There you go. There's the continuation. Again, we don't have to smack it on the nose, but I do like it a lot. I like $100 in 2 minutes too. I mean, kind of hard to pass that up. There's 100 even. 2 minutes. That should flash a little bit better, but oh, it did. Look at that. Oh, I don't know about the follow through here. That was the 5-minute rotation. Probably get some follow through. I'm going to kill it probably right now. I think it's going to go maybe a little further, but I don't want to be greedy and take that bounce back. I like it a lot. Oh, it closed with a 5-minute close with a serious purpose right there. That's exactly great. Awesome. I'm glad that happened. Austin, what's up, baby? Good morning. That was the purpose right there. That was the purpose candle. And we should, based on my thesis, get some immediate follow through. I look at that on the 2 minute more than anything. So I'm not, again. Well, there it is on the 1 minute. 1 minute did it right here. 2 minute just did it. So it just did it at the 200, which they're almost touching. All right. Hey, see? I'm learning something. It's a really odd thing I came across, too. This is the 200 SMA, and this is the 200 EMA. I found that the other day when I was trying to long to get a scalp to the SMA. I didn't even have the EMA on here. I think we're going to drip, but I didn't have the EMA on here. And so I was like, what in the world? Why is this not going? I know it's going to the SMA. Like everything inside of me said it was going to the SMA. And I'm taking a long, like say right here. SMA was up here. I'm trying to push into it, right? And I just kept getting, rotate. And I was like, good Lord, I actually blew an account doing it. I looked for what was wrong. The EMA was right here. And I was like, oh, no wonder. No wonder. All right, wifey's calling. It's my, ooh, she's a little late this morning. You're a little late this morning. Normally I get a 7:30 call. No. Am I imagining that? Okay. Well, I was thinking maybe dead cat bounce there, but that's a powerful drive off of that. So both the 200s held at the same point. Like I said, Price likes to drive into them when they narrow, and apparently we're still rejecting them. I do look for that play a lot during the market. It's one of my favorite. It's actually one of my favorite plays. Not the bounce here. Power into the 200. So like we get followed through a lot of times on that. Let's see. I'm trying to look for a spot that applies for a dead cat type bounce. That's kind of power. Yeah. So we had a big shift up, power back down, boom, follow through. It's not a great example, but hell, all we've done lately is gone up. All right, there you go. Big bar power. Boom, bounce. Boom, 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 boom. That's a perfect example right there. That is also a Head and Shoulders. Powerful drive. Even this green tail bar right here shows the drive into it. That's the actual power into it. Boom, bounce. Sometimes all the way up to half, though. That's the careful part. But then we had these cross on this drop. Boom, power. And then continuation. So, yeah, that's a play that I like a lot. This is pre-market, pre-news, so I'm not making excuses. The 200 is also a great place to hold, right? I mean, it holds a lot, especially in the direction that we've been going, which is up for the most part. What I mean by the most part is, I mean, look at even the 1 hour. I mean, for the most part, we've gone up. We're going to get double toppy up here. All right. I don't know. We've just been driving up and 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 up. Cool. That's a powerful bar off the 200 for what could be a really, really good shift in momentum. I'm going to have to grab my water. And I don't really want to be. What do we got? 8:04. We still got like 20 minutes. We still got 20 minutes before the news. Weigher. Grabbing my weigher. All right. As you can tell, I don't have some fancy screens. I don't have a bunch of scenes or sources or all that stuff. I have a few because I have to with the camera and the mic and all this other, displays and all that stuff. But I am not computer savvy, which is why I don't have the perfect lighting. I don't have the perfect stream, like, this kind of jumps a little bit, whatever. Not trying to pretend like I do, but I thought it would be really cool to do it more on the simple side. Don't get me wrong, a really clean screen or stream looks amazing, and I want a good looking stream, but I don't know everything about like how to create thumbnails and banners and all this fancy stuff. I really just want to learn more and more and more about trading and get better at it year over year. That's my goal, not to have a $25,000 setup and all this crap. Not really necessary. Man, look at that. We bounced all the way up, and that was power. Woo! Wow. All right. Seriously, I'm going to grab my water. I'll come back. All right, I'm back. I can't imagine that holds, but we are getting, like I said, a lot closer to news. Um, Generally, what happens here that I have seen is um, we do get a move pre 8:30 in one direction, and then it goes freaking haywire. Um, but when this happens, the books kind of clear out. So people who talk about book map, I know Patrick Whelan's talked about it, but looking at the book map. I don't know if he's still doing that or not, but he says that you'll have all these orders on Bookmap. You have resting orders, and then the orders will clear right before this, and it's just oh man, it looks drippy. Looks like it really wants to say 75, 76 area, but who knows? I mean, the 50's down here at our level too. That would make a lot of sense actually. Um, Clearly, we're uptrending on the 15-minute. 1 hour, same thing. 5 minute, we're rolling over. And the 2 minute, we probably rolled over big. Yeah, we rolled over big. And we're crashing into the 200s. EMA, SMA. $8.30. $8.30 is the fireworks. Yes, sir. Not really a whole lot to do here. I mean, I love the bounce off the 200 for, if we're going to hold it and bounce for the shift back. Yeah, it looks we held it twice with power twice. Tried hard, buyers said no. Tried hard again, buyers are saying no. So now we're in this chop zone. I almost took that short on that color change into the 200, but um, honestly, if you're gonna, what I've seen for me is that if I'm gonna take this play, I kind of want to be short up into the. If it goes right away, I usually don't get it because that's a great place to get out. But if it bounced up here kind of weak and showed a signal, and then that bounce up would be more something I'd want to be into, like kind of like all the way up here when it kind of weak, but then I would have expected follow through right there and didn't get it. So I didn't take it based off of pre-market news right here, and then not as much power. I want to see some real strength into it, which was decent, but again, pre-market, like during market open, I want to see that power. This is account 15, yeah. So on this account, we've taken one little trade on one lot for $100. Another account we took for 100 and some change, I think. Yeah, about $100. And then on account 13, we took a little over $100. So we're tracking well so far. Minimizing risk and tracking well. So that's good. It's kind of the idea. I need to trade this account today and also account number 18. It is 1 day past, too, so if we get some serious setups on account 18, no, I'm more than halfway done with it for funding. And so if we get some serious setups, may get a little bit more aggressive in that. I don't want to rush it, and I don't want to take bad trades, right? I mean, no one does, but I don't want to get that pressure of, man, I got to pass. 1 day passes till the 21st. I know it doesn't say it on the header of Apex Trader Funding, but it is. We got an email. It says it's till the 21st. So, yeah, 1 day pass till the 21st. So that means typically you have to trade an evaluation account for 7 days and show consistency and all this stuff, right? You have to do the things. It all says it on the website too. If anybody ever had any questions, feel free to ask. I'll key you in on what I know. I am not a professional Apex Trader Funding individual. That's what they are for. But I can help you with what I know. But yeah, so the 21st. So, say you've traded an account for 3 days. You're doing really well. You got $2,200 in there. Well, you need to trade it for 7 during a regular time. But you take another trade in that account and you're up $2,500. You're like, dang, man, I'm up $2,500 and it's like 3 days. 4 days, whatever I just said. Like one more trade would fund me, but I got to trade for 7 days. Well, not right now. Right now, you could take that other trade. I'm not saying you should. You could take that other trade, and at the close of business today, as long as you breach 3,000, it is my understanding that would qualify you for a funded account. Don't have to wait the 7 days. Now, I don't know how it works if you were to take and buy a combine today and take one trade with full contracts and run it all the way straight to the profit target. I don't think that they will count it. But again, I'm not them. That's something you would have to ask them. I think, though, that being said, I think that if you took $300 trades or $500 trades consistently and you ran it up to that $3,000, it is my understanding that they would for sure look at that as you're good to go, sign the contract for the agreement to have a funded account, and then when you're ready, you pay the activation fee for the funded account, and then the next day or whenever that's approved, which should be very quickly, you start trading that funded account. I'm not a fan of this chop, but we held that 200. The 200's pretty daggone good. We get a break above here, we may run back up before market goes crazy. Let's look at our targets to the upside. Obviously, we had this zone that we touched. Boom, boom, boom. I drew this zone the other day, and I drew it based off of, apparently some information way back here. This gap from here to here hasn't been filled. So that being said, a 65 target or that pivot at 64 would be, it's not the pivot today, but that 64 spot looks good. Ooh, here's one. But yeah, up in here, the top of that range looks really good to get filled. To the upside. We got 12 minutes. I have 11 accounts. Again, I want to be very, very open about everything. I have 11 accounts. I have blown, of those 11 accounts, I have blown, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I've blown 6 of them. One's funded, and I have 4 more that I'm working on getting funded. And I blew 6 of them because of too much size and getting scared out of my position. 5 contracts right when I started. This is me. If it jumps 5 points, that's $500. Can't handle that too long with a 50K account. Does that make more sense in a 300K account? Yes. Does it make more sense in a 150K account? Yes. Does it make the most sense in a 150K account? Maybe, maybe not. It just depends on your style. Maybe 150K account would be more like 3 contracts, 4, and maybe not. Maybe 1. And you're a guy who plays level to level. You get 100 points a day on 1, and that's $2,000 a day. I'd take a quick 30-second break there. All right. Well, now we wait for sure and see what it gives us in 9 minutes. I think for me the baby steps towards getting accounts funded is going to be better. And I know you can take 2 payouts a month with Apex. You can take 2 payouts a month as long as you trade for 10 days in between on a funded account. And what I mean by funded is just a PA account. It's the first account you can make money with. It's not a live funded account. That's a different thing. However, the PA accounts, which is the step right above where I'm at, are the ones that get you to where you can take payouts. The one I have, account number 9, is that account. So that's already here. I forgot what I was saying. Oh, so if you think about it, you have 10, 12, 15, 20 accounts, whatever. There's some people who think you should get those funded as fast as possible. And of course, right? Like, if you were looking at $1 million, let's just say, well, wouldn't you want to get that million as fast as possible? Everyone would. But you also don't want to compromise your quality of trades and your setups based on, I got to get there, and rush it and then fail because you want to get 2 payouts a month. If you're on that level, and some people are, hey, awesome. I'm not on that level yet. So what that means is, for me, I would rather have a bunch of accounts, up to 20. I have 11, but up to 20. And I would like to get a payout on each one of those accounts 1 time a month. So think about it. Right now I have 11. If I got those to pay out, all of them, which some of them are blown, but they'll reset, right? When the month ends, they'll reset. And if I can get all those accounts to funding, and on all of those accounts one time a month, I could get $2,000 payout, even if it's not, all of those accounts, say it's 15 of them. That's $30,000 per month. I'm not trying to rush to get 2 payouts on 7 accounts, 5 accounts, 6 accounts. This is probably going to drip for a little bit to VWAP. That's what I'm thinking here. Just based on whatever happens pre-news, seems to be pretty consistent. I like that breakout. I'm going to take it to the downside. I'm a little late in this because I was trying to explain some things there, but I am in it. I'm in this late. So I don't know if I need to cut it sooner, but I am in it late. Overall target would be down here. I just don't want it to rip in my face. Anyways, once a month would be 30 grand on 15 accounts. So, yeah, that's pretty dang on good. I don't make that now. All right, what we got? 1 minute. That's what I didn't want to see, it rip in my face. I think it's still going to drop some, but I'm not going to hold this forever, especially straight into news. I want to see the drop now or I'm out. Like I said, I got into that late. I could have made the $100 already, but I didn't. Now I'm down. A lot of times, right before the news, it'll run a direction pretty good, and it looks like it did, but it might have trapped. Might have trapped right there. We'll see. And if it did, it trapped me. I still kind of like it, though. I don't hate it yet. I don't hate it yet. Seems like right before news, it always runs one direction pretty good. And it did. It did that. I just got in late. So, all right. Well, that's kind of my breaking point, really. So, basically anything above this, I'm done right there. Yeah, I don't want it to hold there. With a tail bar. All right. It's getting all wishy-washy now. The books are trying to clear. I'd like to see that run down before the news. And usually it's like 1 minute before the news. It's not even right at it. We tested that theory the other day. If anybody was on watching or paying attention, kind of tested that theory the other day. I didn't take the trade, and it did what I thought it was going to do. I didn't take it because it was like 2, 3, 4 minutes before news, and then it did it. And I was like, dang it, and then news went crazy. So, still watching for this break. Still want some more push. I'd like to see that VWAP out of it. Not looking super likely with that tail bar now. Trap. Still got a few minutes, though. I'm not trading the 8:30 news on the dot. I'm not. I'm going to bail before that happens. If I win, great. If I don't, that's fine too. I'll just bail before 8:30. I don't want to sit through that. Come on. Run down for me. Run down for me, not up. Ugh, that held too. That's yuck. Everything's looking down direction. I could hold it through news, I guess. I just don't want to see it spike 50 points to the top side. Slippage would kill you in an actual live account if you did that. 828. If we don't drop here, I'm going to bounce. I don't want to get into the 830 realm. We got 26 seconds left on this candle, and then it'll be 829. So 20 seconds and counting. Let's go. Let's go. Push, push, push. Push, push, push. Push, push, push. Get me down there. Get me down there. Don't like that little fake out drip. All right, we're on the next candle. We're in 29 now. We're in 29 now. So we have 50 seconds before the news. I wanted to get out, but I don't want to get out if it's going to just run down real quick. Come on, come on, come on. My drawdown back. And that's going to... I almost took it right there. 30 seconds. It's getting ugly. I'd have to put my stop way up. 20 seconds. 13, 10, 9, 8. I'm going to drop out right now.
Order filled.
Oh, I thought it was going, but I got out right before that happened. That's a tragic event. However, that could have done anything. That could have done anything. I'm not disappointed. That was a huge move, guys. I would have funded my account on that, probably on that rip. However, it's too risky for me. I don't want to put that type of risk on my account. I thought it was going. Where do we get that area? Oh, we blasted through it. Okay, cool. Yeah. All right, so there's the news. I said this the other day and kind of got eaten up on my account, but typically news recovers quickly. Quickly, I mean like with kind of turns around pretty good. Why is this still here? I thought I got rid of it. Huh. I guess I did too. There's that 800 we talk about, or I talk about. And we're approaching into the next drop would have been 94 and a quarter. Makes sense right there. Right there. That was the touch. Yeah, that was the exact touch, 94 and a quarter. I actually want to play this back up from here.
Order filled.
See if I can get 10 points real quick. Maybe not. I'll take that.
Order filled.
Good deal. I think I probably would have got a little bit more, but that's okay. Bam. So I got my deal there. I got my fill there. Yeah. Holds us 800. We may turn right back around and shoot up quick. I'm gonna open this can. It might be a little loud. All right. Sorry if that was crazy loud. Not that it's healthy or anything to drink energy drinks all the time, but I do that. And that would be something that I would love to have out of this stream. Not that you guys pay me money or I'm not charging you anything, obviously. I have no reason to. But a sponsorship deal with some energy drink company would be sweet. Sweet. All right, so it looks like the 800 is holding so far. Imagine we rip back up, honestly. but that doesn't mean anything. That's the overnight low. Yesterday, or last time we had news, we pushed, paused for a little bit, and slammed right into the overnight lows, and then kept pushing. So that's something to think about. What are we doing on the 5? Okay, that was our zone on the 5. We're in it. It's kind of big though. Bottom of it's all the way down there. Yeah, so we're pushy. Some people trade this really well. I know Rips trades it really well. He's on Top Step TV sometimes. He trades this really well. He's looking at the order flow. I think he just uses Bookmap, not tape. He calls it the tape. I don't know why. Maybe that is the tape. I don't know. But he a lot of times he'll short. Say right here he would short, and then he would add for the push, and then run it to the downside. He's actually really good at that, from what I've seen. I like watching a lot of people. When I go home in the afternoons, I try to catch up with some other people that I really like. I try to learn something from everyone if I can, and then put all that together and then make it fit for me. That's my goal. Which is how I've gotten to be kind of a break-even trader versus consistent losses, like just solid loss. And I've done all of that, and I still do lose, but I lose a lot less, and I don't care what anybody says, that's progress. All right, overnight lows tapping now. Is that the line in the sand, or are we just going to just really have a terror and start filling all this stuff back in that we haven't seen for a while? We haven't seen any of this stuff. That's a huge zone right there. I mean, all the way down to 570 would be humongous. Imagine we wrap back up to the 800 at least and touch it. Seeing as how we dropped straight to it almost the first time, imagine that gets wrapped right here. We'd have to break 24 to get there, but I imagine we get 31. Not trading it, probably should. That's just a lot. Before I really want to be holding a long position, I know I took one here, but before I'd want to be holding a long position, I need to see this kind of roll or something. We have this bar and we fully recover this bar. That would be more interesting to me to push back up into here. I believe we'll get the 29.75-ish. I said that touch right there is what I said a second ago. I wasn't sure that was going to happen straight away. Like I said, I probably should have traded that. Honestly, I don't know the difference between PPI and CPI and all that stuff, because to me, it doesn't really matter. Actually, it kind of does. So you have bigger moves, typically. You have bigger moves on some of the data. And then some of the data isn't as big a move. In general. Wow, this is just kind of cupping straight away, isn't it? That was my 1 hour level there. So I could definitely see us potentially... Go away, dot. There you go. Running back straight up into there. Again, news recovers a lot of times pretty quick. Last time we had news, it made a liar out of me. It was the 1% that didn't. So this dropped from, say, 91 to the overnight low of 12. That's huge. That is pretty big. Look at that rounded bottom already. What stinks about it is this could just go straight back up. And it doesn't look big because of everything we've done before, but that is a massive move. 100 points is huge. I would have funded the account. That's funny. Think about it. 100 points. Well, maybe not. Yeah. 100 points, which I don't think we got all of, but close. I was short, though, from up here, right? So I was short right at the top. I lost $10. I got out right before this dropped with no pop. It had no pop. Boom. It just dropped straight, right? And I was in this before the news, so that would have been okay, even in the funded account. And so if it dropped from 91 to 11, that's 80 points. Okay, it's 80 points. That's $1,600 if I'd have held to the very bottom. So I would not have been funded all the way. I'd have been a lot closer than I am right now, though. First color change. Don't know if that really applies during news. Not sure. I know that in general, off a power move off the 200 like that, it generally does during market, but not sure how news plays there. I haven't really looked at it enough to say one way or the other. Like the follow through. Right now we have zero follow through on that push. Could get it at any moment. I'm just saying there's the push. 1, 2, 3. That one, this half the size of this half the size of this, and then it kind of just lost some steam, I guess you could say. Look at that, right to that joker. I mean, almost right to it right there. That's wild. And nothing surprises me anymore. There's no coincidence here. Everything is very mapped out and very structured. I believe that. I could be 10,000% wrong on that, but I don't. I think it's so structured. I could probably run the hourly candle right now, run some trend lines from the bottom, and touch this exact point right here. I mean, nothing's wild like that. I kind of want to be long here. Only because I know this is capable of just running straight back up, and it's over in 6, 7, 8, 10 minutes, and it's done. Obviously, we have all the momentum down here. So I'm not too excited about jumping long and holding for 80 points when you're longing against this. It is news, and it probably will recover today, but it doesn't have to happen right now. Oh, yeah, and anybody wondering about the trailing drawdown, this is a really good point. So Apex's new site, I love that they did this. On their new site, when you go to apextraderfunding.com, you'll see 2 videos. One is a 100K account example, and one is a 50K account example. Right on the main page. I can show it to you too, because I'm not doing anything right here. So let me do this. Well, if I could spell, I'd be okay. All right, yeah, right here. So, right on their main page, you have this video, which I haven't watched it. It says 71% off evals and half price resets, which is still a pretty good deal. We also have 1 day pass till the 21st. It doesn't say that here. Sometimes it did on their. They just made this new site, which is pretty cool. I actually like it. But anyways, on the main page, it shows you why choose your funding program. Keep going. Right here. Right here. This is a 50K. Oh, they're both 50K examples, it looks like. Either way, right here. This is kind of giving you the information. Oh, okay, yeah, they're both 50Ks. And it tells you about the trailing drawdown and how it works exactly, the way that it trails you up. This one is the PA account, which is the funded account, which is the one I'll be trading when I activate it. So what happens on the evaluation account is it follows you like this. Watch the video. Watch the video. It follows you up the whole time that you're in the account, right? So then you can't have any one loss at one time that's over, in a 50K account, $2,500. Okay? Your trailing drawdown. It will show you what that means. In the PA account, once you meet the profit target of the buffer of, I believe it's 25 or 2,600. Again, watch the video. Your drawdown sets at 50,100. It sits there. So if you ran it up to 70,000, I'm making this up, but if you ran it up to 70,000, then you have $20,000 room, not 2,500 anymore. That's a super benefit. They want to make sure in the evaluation account that you can actually trade well to get there and not get lucky, even though sometimes luck is great. Not get lucky. You can trade well to get there, and then once you exceed that little threshold, that drops all the way to 50,100. You run that account up, this no longer follows. It stays there. You run up to 80,000, it's still there. You got $30,000 in drawdown. Now, I would assume, not what I know, I am not Apex Trader Funding. But if you run up, I don't know, $50,000, $60,000, $70,000 every month, or $100,000 every month, or whatever, or run this account up to $250,000, and your little threshold is at 50,100, I would assume, again, I'm not them, they would put you in a straight up live account on the CME market where you have slippage, where you have to get filled correctly, where you have to do all of those things that are can be more difficult. You know, it is what it is. That's a little bit different. A lot of people say, and I have traded a live account, my own money. I didn't really see a bunch of issues getting into trades or out of trades, but I also wasn't limiting in and doing all that stuff. If I see a setup, I'm not super worried about getting one tick different or whatever the case may be. Set a place to take a trade, set a place to take it off, manage your risk, and get paid or don't. I don't see the big deal in futures because the spread that I have seen personally is usually, depending on where you get filled and the time you get filled. If you're in news, it's different. That's not what I'm talking about. But I'm talking about in just the regular market. Typically, the spread is a quarter, one or two ticks, one tick. Can you get a bad fill? Yes. Do you wish you got filled better? Probably yes. But at the same time, if you're not trading for one tick and you have a 10-point, take profit, or a 7-point or a 30-point take profit, those ticks do add up. Don't get me wrong. They do add up. But at the same time, it's like, all right, You kind of got a bad fill, but your profit target is way up here. Is that bad? Over time, yeah, I guess if you added up a tick to 1,000 trades, that is a lot of money. But I don't think it's that bad. But if you say you wanted to limit in or bid in or whatever, right? And you want 10 contracts long because you've built your account to 70 grand, you got $20,000 in risk or in capital, I guess you could say capital. Then you want to up your contract size. Okay, well, up your contract size if you want to. And the problem in a live account at that point is getting 10 contracts filled at the same exact spot. So you might get 3 of them filled. You might get 7 of them filled. You might not get them all. And then again, you might get them all. That's the difference, though. Typically, when you market in, you're going to get them all, but you might get them all not exactly where you wanted. Versus like limiting in or bidding in or something like that, you have a specific spot you're wanting to get them filled. They may not grab all 10. They may not grab all 5. And it's more of an issue on a live account. Pretty much. All right, we just created a new low. Yep. And we're at a pivot, which I typically like to push up a little bit. But my room would have been to 1175, which we got it. Cool. All these are pointing up. This is trying to point up. I want to be patient to the upside. Even though we could have got off the pivot if we had gotten filled like anywhere in here, 6 to 15, 10 points. That would have been a good trade for $120. 10 points on 20 on one contract is that's $200. So 10 points on one contract is $200. Happens in less than a minute, right there. Not always, but right there it is. This is the 1 minute. Each one of these candles represent 1 minute. Each one of these candles, because they look like candles, is why I say candles. And they're called candles, too. If you look at the, see? It says candlesticks. Each one of these represents 2 minutes. And then each one represents 5 minutes over here. So that's the difference between the timing. There's all kinds of different ways to do that, too. There's ticks, there's volume, there's all kinds of different stuff. You see here, you got bars, line, bid, whatever that says, Heikin-Ashi, which is really cool. That actually looks really cool. I'll show it to you. Renko, point and figure, TPO, there's more too, but Heikin-Ashi shows you the trend. So I got rid of that noisy green stuff and says that we're still looking for the down. I don't love it as much unless you, in my opinion, it would work if you had bigger stops. Because like in here, for instance, those were still red, minus this one, right? So take this one out of the equation real quick. We'll just go right back to this one. The top of this bar was 25, and the bottom of this bar was 04. That's 20 points. So it didn't go green after a 20-point bar. This was already, well, that's the 1 minute. So let's change it back. This was already green. The main move is down, which is why most of that was still red, which it's not wrong. But I kind of like to see the difference between this candle and this candle. This tells me that we're more likely to continue this next candle up based on this candle versus just slamming out. Or not necessarily up. I don't mean like, I just mean like less less strength down. I think that would be a good way to put it. You have all these little red bars. This is the 1 minute, but little red bars, little red bar, little red bar. Those are huge compared to pre-market. But right now, these are little red bars, little green bar, little, bigger, even bigger. And so then how does this respond to that? Big Brother stepped in and said, hey, don't cross the street yet. Which is why I say it had more trouble just sinking. Don't get me wrong. It can sink. It just that would lead me to believe that we're losing strength to the downside, especially just right here. That can change, obviously. And that's just, again, what it means to me, like what I've seen, different things. Take that information, check it out on your own. Look at every time it does this, see what you think. Make your own opinion, make your own plan. Watch me lose money, watch me make some money. Whatever. Trade it, don't trade it. Whatever makes the most sense for you. All right, so on this account, we're up a little over 200, I think. Yeah, 230. I did take a loss here. You can see it right there. Oh, I was at $10 loss right before open. Can you believe that? That's funny. I was short right here, waiting for this just to push into here, and I was going to take it off before this bar. It didn't push into there. I almost clicked out right here for I don't remember, $60 or something, because I didn't want to trade into here in case this candle was actually green and just went like that. It wasn't. It was red. I was correct. I was in the correct direction. I wasn't correct like in the trade because I didn't want to be in the trade. See, look, off the pivot, reversal bar. This says a reversal bar. I think it was a fake out to the downside. We had a little indecision kind of going on here, and we are pushing. Pushing forever? I don't know. I'm just saying. Immediately, I wouldn't want to be in a short after that. I like the push to 41. I mean, I actually like it all the way back up, but let's look at yesterday's or the other day's news real quick. I just want to see if we can make some comparisons. I know what it did. What's the news the other day? 8:30 jumped high. Not sure that one was it. I think that was random. Was this it? Shoot, I can't remember which day it was. That might have just been a regular open. Oh, it was at 8:30, not 9:30. Yeah. No, I think that was it, wasn't it? Come on, where are you? Right here. Yeah. Okay. So at 8:30, we shot, boom, big candle, come back and follow through. I actually made a little money right here, I believe. Not a ton, but a little bit. I did pretty good right there. So that was some news. And you can see in 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12 candle, we were basically right back at it. 12, 15 minutes. And we recovered. The other day, though, we had some news, and it just went down, and then it kept going down. That might have been earlier in the week. So that one kept going. All right, one more pop to the downside. Make a little head and shoulders off of this would be helpful, even though news can just, like I said, straight away just go back. The last one we just looked at went up, back down, kind of up a little bit, and then drizzled right back down. So there you go. It wouldn't surprise me at all to get back to that bottom of this 1 hour level. Obviously, we have some stuff in the way. Let's look at the 5. Yeah. So we do have some stuff in the way. 62 would make sense. 60 would make a lot of sense to me. Back to that 69 level would make a lot of sense to me. Just to hold. Now we're under it, so 68. 67, somewhere in there. That would make a lot of sense to me too. But we got to get through the 20. We just got through the 800 and the 14, through the 20, through the VWAP to get all the way up there. 67, however, or 64 is actually really close to VWAP. I bet we recover this like quickly. I would rather see a little bit more like that, but news doesn't. I mean, that's not the way news usually works. I traded it the other day and I lost because like I said, 99% of the time, that's not factual evidence. It's just a lot that we recover it really quickly. And yesterday we did not, or not yesterday, but earlier this week we did not. So I took a few L's right there for sure. I actually think I would love to see this come back down in here and hold, but it would not surprise me at all if we just shot up right into here. Like, really not at all. It's a 9-point deal right back there. The only reason I say that too is because I'd like to see this shoulder, head, and maybe another shoulder or a higher right foot up here would be killer. It's just gonna go today. It's just gonna go today. Of course, the time that I decide not to go, it decides to go. Little bit of trouble probably run into. It is a recovery of news event, but I think we'll run into a little bit of trouble around that 47 range. Well, I guess it just did that. That's off the 1 minute too, so it's not crazy. All right, here's the little slight pullback. I'm going to take a quick. I'm going to take a leak real quick, but. All right, so that could be a little quick pullback, and then I would like to see a pop back up. Give me 1 second, I'll be right back. All right, all right. A little bit more on this drawback would have been great, but it may just push. Um, 50% of this move as well. Yeah. May just recover straight away. Seen some wild things out of some news events. I would love for this to get a little better, but at the same time, we are bull flagging on the 1 minute, kind of bull flagging on the 2. I kind of like it, really. I would love to just see this come back and hold here, though. Before I get this too far away. I don't want to chase this and be long at the top and then it just runs out on me. So that's kind of what I'm watching for. Let's see. Run the old trusties again, the old trusty fibs. We just tapped to 50%. Awesome. Boy, it didn't look like 50%. All right, cool. We're getting that. We're getting that rotation. That could bounce. That could actually really bounce right there. 618's up here. VWAP got real flat. See that? It's not driving down anymore. It got flat. That's a decent sign. 50% pullback on that move, though. Super hard to long into that. Unless you had like a bull 180 powerful push right here, that would be something that would look a lot more interesting. But I still like this head and shoulders. Boom, boom. Higher right foot, which makes sense anywhere in here, really. Down here would be amazing. But, yeah, I'm kind of thinking we push here. Kind of thinking we push back up here. Recover some of that. All right, cool. I think we push. Could be wrong. Want to clear 38. I'd really love to hold back to VWAP, even though this is the wrong direction. But anytime you have a big drop, the direction of the MAs does get funny. You know, does get a little funny. And I'm only basing this off of
Order filled.
what I've seen so many times with news in the past. I got burned last time, so hopefully not this time. We're going to try to run it. The 618 up in here maybe be a first stop if we don't just rotate down and take me out completely. I'd love to see some power right here. The people who lost money on the drop trying to get it back. We actually made a little bit on the pop back here. Trying not to lose it here. Need a good push. Like I said, I really like the recovery of news. Gotta push hard here though. We gotta get through this spot, this sticking point. If not, we reject, and that's that's over with. Done. Donezo. I don't know if I should add into this or if I should just count my blessings. There we go. Good deal. There we go. And I like that trade a lot. I'd like it to go a lot further. Let's go. A lot further would be good. Killing it there. I think it's going to go. But these are hard down. That is the 50% mark. And if anything, here and here. See what it does here. I'd rather see what it does not in a position. Because it would make sense for this to come back down a little bit. And with Apex, honestly, there's no sense in giving back money because you do have that drawdown. So I'm $27 of my drawdown is gone because that popped up and came right back. So at one point, this 135 was, I guess, $17 more or whatever with fees. So there is that. That being said, guys, it is 9/11. I am my business is opening, or is open technically at 9. So I'm gonna have to run. I like to trade between 7 and 9 typically, and then I'll come back when I can. But I'm 75% winners. $362 on this account this morning. Got it up to 1128. That's good. That's a good deal for me. I like that. I think we push up into VWAP here. Don't do what I do and don't take my advice, or it's not advice at all, actually. I just, like, what I'm seeing is what I think, not what I know. I think it pushes here. Anyways, be safe. Manage your risk. Manage your risk. Manage your risk. Manage your risk. Be safe, and I'll see you guys soon.